What's up, Taiwan? Good morning. I'm Chou with 10 minutes of news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Swedish MEP Charlie Weimers has told TaiwanPlus that if China becomes a part of the destruction of Europe, then Europe will be a part of the defense of Asia. Weimers is in Taiwan as part of the first official Swedish delegation to visit. Coming during Russia's invasion of Ukraine, the visit is a show of solidarity for Taiwan, which is also under threat from an authoritarian neighbor, namely China. TaiwanPlus reporter In Kavat spoke with Weimers and asked how he thinks the war in Ukraine has changed Europe's attitude towards Taiwan.
This is a time for soul-searching in Europe. Just take a look at Germany, that now is finally taking its responsibility in defense matters, and Sweden too. We will hit the 2% target in defense spending for the first time since the Cold War due to the Russian aggression against Ukraine. And that is very good news for Taiwan, I might add, because in order for the United States to keep its focus on the Indo-Pacific, Europe needs to be in charge of the defense of our own soil. We cannot continue to rely on United States military forces alone to defend our territory. And that will liberate resources of the United States to be active in the Indo-Pacific theater. So this is a very good development that we see right now for Europe and for Taiwan.
That's very interesting. So the knock-on effect. You also said quite dramatically that for every euro China spends supporting Russia, that the EU should double that and spend it on Taiwan's self-defense.
Yes.
How realistic is it that the EU could do that?
We have a European peace facility of almost 6 billion euros. It's a lot of money, and we must make it very clear to Beijing that if they want to be part of the destruction of Europe, well, then we will be part of the defense democracy in Asia.
Is Taiwan Ukraine in 10 years?
I don't think so, because the war in Ukraine has given Beijing pause. They realize that if the Russians have a hard time attacking Ukraine on flat lands, to launch a maritime operation against Taiwan will be 10 times tougher, especially now that Taiwan is learning lessons from the brave Ukrainian defenders.
Talking about Ukraine, ironically for Russia, it's pushed Sweden and Finland closer to NATO. As a Swede, do you see membership soon?
I do. Finland will apply, and so will Sweden. I'm quite sure. I can just look at my own party, which was skeptical ahead of this, of Swedish NATO membership, but has changed its opinion. We realize that Sweden will be part of the Northern European war theater if Russia would launch an assault against the Baltics, for instance. And to be part of NATO in that situation is crucial.
There's a lot of talk right now about being on the right side of history. What do you think the history books will say about all this in 50 years' time, all this period?
Well, I think the similarity between Ukraine and Taiwan is that there has been a building up of national identities in both places, and which effectively has made imperial ambitions very tough to realize for Russia and for the People's Republic of China. That this was the sort of rebirth of the nation state. I think that is what the history books will tell us.
Later this month, the U.S. Treasury will release its semi-annual currency report, and Taiwan is once again at risk of being labeled a currency manipulator. To be designated a currency manipulator, a country needs to meet several criteria, one of which is to be persistently intervening in foreign exchange markets. Last month, the governor of Taiwan's central bank said Taiwan's risk of being labeled a manipulator had fallen because the bank had reduced the amount of foreign currency it was buying. Taiwan has previously fulfilled all of the criteria set by the U.S., but despite that, Washington has recently stopped short of officially designating Taiwan a currency manipulator. But why would Taiwan want to interfere with the price of its currency? Gary Ng at Natixis Research in Hong Kong says it has to do with how the country's economy works.
Basically, if there is no central bank intervention, it would mean we would see the Taiwanese dollar maybe shooting up at an even stronger level. And for exporter, it will mean that the customer need to buy their goods at a more expensive price because of the stronger Taiwanese dollar. The need to keep Taiwanese dollar stable can be explained by this important role of manufacturing sector in Taiwan. And after all, Taiwan has the highest share of manufacturing in Asia and probably one of the highest globally.
Incense plays an important role in Taiwan's religious practices, and Kim Long Lin has been making it by hand for more than 4 decades. But the industry is under threat due to environmental and health concerns. Today, we take a look at how Lin has been practicing his craft even as times change.
24歲開始做，開始學做香，你下來為40年嘞，我你下64歲，我新中人。 因為呢讀書就唔係講錢會啦，去工廠做，全冇賣錢啦。將來講係講去投保養嘛，係咪冇法度學咧到4年啦？所以我就拼命藝術同埋學做香，像恁叫全家到錢，恁叫改善，你係冇害堅持啊！過年嗰段時間。 家家戶戶全部係燒香，跪天公啊！所以嗰下最辛苦喺個挑過，又當佢落水要摸嗰種嘅配香嘅機器啊！所以特別為到咧做香做到，連阿冇挑都冇轉冇下水冇知道嘅做自動街就舞台今年都係水落天光，3年就做香，嗰是過年是最辛苦嘅時間啦。小二啊！ 你一下嚟嗰度幾日唔上學咧，就安辛苦啊，做到居面舞蹈跌得啊，你啊香粉啊，多多少少啊，一天會吸收到你啊肺部去啊，所以對嗰肺部啊，多少會有影響啊。所以你看，你下兩個嚟，佢都冇上去做咧啊，一下燒金子嘅人。 我又少咧，所以到太苗金子嘅也冇少啦，所以講單單買香每次嘅香店喺個一隻家庭啊，好難啊，所以你係會多方面嘅競爭啦，就你每次你嘅香店，因為喺度賣香啊，喺盡量唔用香水嘅啦，所以全部同嗰種嘅中藥啦，老山粉啊、新山粉啊，還有雪梨啦，還有桂香啦，還有小南啦，你都去做香。大陸喺度中藥啊，可以夾嘅料啊，人皮膚啊，好唔會傷到身體啊，對你對大家都好啦。所以喺度做香也要拿去檢查，唔會講有問題。
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Remember to download the TaiwanPlus app for more stories from here in Taiwan and around the world. Finally today, we leave you with pictures of kindergarten in Lithuania, which has decorated trees with thousands of handmade Easter eggs. I've been Joey Chou. Have a great day, and I'll catch you on the flip side.